This?
No.
Nothing.
And when you turn it off,
Thanks.
so let me go see if I have that other tape for this.
So you see Joe or Hunter or any of those people lately?
No, you're more like Captain. I would ask you, how's Steve doing?
I haven't seen him.
Is he on the
He's been
road?
so busy. No, he's back. He's back. He was He was with Mitch Ryder for a minute.
That's a perfect gig. He can really come back in his sleep, actually.
They went through Europe, I think. It's the same.
So, what are you guys learning these days? Anybody want to talk about some stuff you're learning, and maybe we can dip into that, or you could ask questions about things you'd like me to talk about. You know, anybody? Just feel free to treat it like it's pretty casual, because that's how it's going to be.
So, for instance, Ted, if we talk about harmonically about the blues, traditional blues, can you expand from a basic 1-4-5 developing till a gospel blues harmony and explain certain things?
So the
Thank
blues
you.
starts with, as everybody knows, just say we do it in A. So we got the A7, D7. Got these open strings, just adds a little more class to it, but not necessary. Bass lines are optional. Three-chord blues. Turn around. So what do we do now? Maybe more forms. Still three-chord blues. Sneaking the four-chord in between the one. Maybe we got the four of the four in there now too. See, the G7's in there too. That's the E minor 7 mixing in with the A7, like Wes Montgomery. All those are E minor 7 types or A dominant 7. So anyway, now we got a 17-bar blues, but here's the 5 chord. We're supposed to go E7. Same concept, we can mix in B minor 7. This thing. So, you know, your lines. This sounds like the B minor 7. You're back with the E7 sort of. You know, it's all it's the same thing. Keep the E in the bass. The 11th sound on D is the same as the A minor 7, just about.
Wouldn't the B minor be the same thing?
Yeah, B minor with the E7 on the 5. Yeah, on the 5.
Yeah, the 5, yeah.
Yeah. The diminished chord that's used in blues is the 1 diminished, tonic diminished. Got to talk about turnarounds in a second. Yeah, let's sneak that diminished in a few times. Augmented on the A. Here's the D7, A diminished 7. Even a major chord. If you have enough other stuff that's sort of bluesy, like this can be. It's the same chord, just a darker string set. It's like a tone control. We have a formula for that. We can go over that in a little while about how to see chords fast when you're stuck in traffic. Traffic? What's that? Should have seen Highland. I wonder who else was on Highland. I got back off of Highland onto the freeway south so I could circumvent it. It's the only reason I got here on time. They're probably still out there on Highland, the same people, talking to each other, making up new chords for songs. Starting a new fruit orchard because they'll make more money doing that than that music. Oh, not really. So let's go back to the beginning. So for instance, when you hear this stuff, that second chord with the 11 or 4th in it, this stuff, you interpret that. Got your E minor 7. It's that companion minor sound that every dominant loves to be associated with a minor, a fifth up. So even just using these little baby chords, just that was the D7 with the A minor. Here's the A7 again with the E minor. Pedal bass is optional. You can even do this in the, you know, if it's a sort of rougher, it's much louder than this and everything, you can still probably get, it's not going to be just like they brand you as the wrong kind of harmony in a Chicago blues setting or Texas blues. It's okay. You just got to not do too much of this probably. There's some line where you cross where if you're in the wrong environment, you might feel you're playing inappropriately. Because there are these sort of languages. Jazz has its own language. We're not going to come into a jazz club and do this all night. But you guys all know that. I'm just saying there's fine lines sometimes, though. I mean, if you guys wrote a chord book and this was on the cover, you named it A1113, let's say you called it that, or A76 sus 4. Although this isn't really sus anything, but it's, anyway, it looks too fancy to be, if it's a book called Chicago Blues, this is a chord, you know, somebody says, well, this isn't right, but it's all fine, it's the sound that counts, so we're going to start this blues again. Going to add a couple of things. Hi there, young lady.
How are you, Ted?
Could be a lot worse. And yourself?
Ditto. Looks like you have a nice crowd. Everybody comfy? Cool?
They already threw the fruit at me and we've wiped the stains off. I've been instructed to discuss some harmony in the blues.
That's a good thing. I see they're keeping a respectful distance. Is that because of the video camera?
It's a lot of
A lot of vibe coming out.
A lot of vibe. This guitar, she's only on her second gig.
Wow.
With me, anyway.
I'll check back in a bit. Glad we got your favorite amp all fired up.
I want this amp.
Okay, we'll talk. All right.
So, harmonically, is this the blues? Not at first blush, but if somebody goes, then it's going to be a blues, because the blues has three statements vocally. The major 7 there, wow. They're kicking me or you out of the club, hush. So, like E minor 7 type chord, it's got an 11 in it. To an A chord that doesn't have a flat 7 but has a 9, it sounds pretty nice. You can stretch the boundaries of what, I guess, you know, I mean, for me it's okay that way. If the blues is doing this, if it's sort of rock-oriented blues, then I'm not going to think too much about the fancy harmony as much, but let's say it's a jazz blues, put it in a jazz key like B flat. Main thing is the 4 chord's going to come into bar 2. This next bar, bar 6, yeah, the 4 chord's going to show up in bar 2 like it did in bar 5, but bar 6, nobody's counting bars when they're playing blues. I don't want you to think I am. I'm just trying for communication, just so you know where I am. This chord change right here in bar 5 often goes again to that home key diminished. It also goes to a chord of 4th up. A lot of you might know this already. That's the 4 of the 4. So we've gone. Maybe half step into the 4. Dominant chord. Can have 11 in it. Oh, that's not the 11. This one's the 11. I'm singing the wrong note. Try to hear these chords in your head. Sometimes it works.